Huh. Oh, the LeMans 24 hours, the last half hour. Huh? I'm only doing this so I can so I can complain basically about the fucking commentators. They're supposed to commentate on the race, but I guarantee they're not. Shall we have a listen? Let's turn this over. Let's have a listen and see if they're actually talking about the race for a change. I've been watching for the last half hour and I don't know what's happening. I have no idea because the commentators just don't talk about it. They don't even show it on the screen. It's the worst broadcast of a major race that I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen some really fucking bad ones.
That is the wildest off I have seen there.
Oh,
Never
man,
seen anybody
talking about the race.
in recent years heading down that hillside. Quite bizarre. In the GTM class, you're looking here at Northwest AMR, chasing down the WeatherTech car. Now, this is a lap apart. This second place battle, Julian Andlauer, factory Porsche driver, or a
he's
top
talking
Porsche
about the
driver.
race. Not the leaders, but
factory driver Nicky Team behind him, closing in.
So for
Looking
some
to try and
reason,
make this a 1-2 for Aston Martin.
is the class that they
Vincent
concentrate on.
produces
I don't know why. Is that where the rich cunts are? Running around with their fucking entitled little assholes stuck in their little racing car seats. Pretending not, yeah, because it's AM, isn't it? So that, yeah, it is where the rich asshole cunts are, the amateurs.
We've seen them in GTE Pro together, they've been world champions together, they've been winners together, now they are drivers, well, for hire in Aston Martin.
Who the hell is this?
TF Sport
Oh,
at the moment
Christ's
leading this race. There is our GTE class leader, Marco Sorensen.
GTO, that's all they talk, that's all they concentrate on. They look at that.
Line, but he'd much rather Graham Goodwin be in a position where he stands on the top step of the podium and gets to take the trophy home later.
Absolutely. This is that time in the race where it's really difficult to be a commentator because you really don't want to... It's a superstitious thing. You sort of don't want to
now
jinx
they're
it.
blaming themselves for crashes again.
We
The commentators curse. I better not say something bad because I'm so important that when I say something bad, everybody has a bad thing happen to them because I'm so important. My fucking God, these people are fucking pathetic. Talk about the fucking race.
There's the difference. Look, we've seen this in the Glickenhaus. Mechanic down at side, hanging onto the side mirror, arm in the side pod, wrestling out the guns.
It's a Glickenhaus, isn't it?
Removable flap on the top bodywork, hand in the hole, pull out the
You
guns.
actually mentioned another car
It's
other
all
than a
part
GTE
of how you
AM.
develop these race cars, not how you design them initially, but how they're designed to be used in racing, and especially in this race. That's a big part of it. It's all about
And he's on the fucking American flag.
running these cars. Look at
my
a great
fucking
view
God.
through the car. There's the floor.
So what if they're
there's
Americans?
The body,
Who gives a
there's
shit?
the Formula One tub in the middle. It's all about how you use the air with these cars as well. Isn't
Absolutely. The other point, one for Anthony here, who's been part of...
Now I want to talk about the cars. Let's talk about the fucking race. Where are they running in the race? What the fuck is going on?
Is it to put a car at the top of this field to the end of this race, relatively trouble-free? How tough?
It is very tough.
And 2 years on the trot, they've done it.
Only a couple of
Toyota.
times I've been in that position where it was all going so well,
Surprise,
and
fucking surprise.
you're in that powerful position where you had the
Maybe
fastest
they'll
car,
crash before the
and
end
it was
of
a
the race. We
trouble-free
can keep our
race.
fingers crossed.
And
Does anybody else win this race other
really
than
doesn't come
Toyota?
around very often.
What a joke.
As Graham, you're pointing to the screen there.
It's been on for 2 years and it's still the same people winning. Talk about gatekeeping.
371.
Yeah, 26 minutes to go. That shaves a tenth off that best.
And that shows
Fuck,
that the
half an hour
number 7
before they
Toyota
actually
team
talk about the
are
leading class.
absolutely,
My fucking God.
categorically and without question still trying to win this race from their teammates because they know Toyota's history. They also know last year WRT won too.
All it takes is a slow puncture.
Anything.
Something like that, a quick pit, you have to keep pushing.
Why
Look,
can't they
it's
talk
a
about the
win or
race?
spin race, isn't it? It's winner
Why are
takes
they
all
talking
here.
about
If
shit
you
that
don't
might
win the
happen?
championship, you
Why
don't win the
can't they talk
championship. If you
about
can
shit
win Le
that's
Mans,
actually fucking happening?
that is your year done.
Yep.
And they all want to win Le Mans again. They've won it before, of course.
Gee,
Both
do they?
pairs of,
Oh, I would
Toyotas,
never
apart
have
from,
guessed that
the
they all
new,
wanted to win Le
driver
Mans.
alongside the other two in car 8, Rio
Talk about the
Hirakawa.
fucking race.
It will be great for him. But look, you never give up. You have to keep pushing all the way through to the end because you never know what's going to happen.
Look at the
Well,
Penske
you
here.
never know
This
what's going to
car,
happen.
Felipe
You're in a
Nasr at the wheel
fucking
in
race. You know
fifth.
what's
Victor Vries
happening. You're
just stopped
racing
ahead of
around a
them
fucking
in the
track.
TDS Racing by
You know
Vian's
what's
car
going to
again.
fucking happen.
Another car that at the end
God,
of
these
qualifying,
cunts are
we
lame.
thought, well, we're not going to see that in the race. One of at least 3 cars that we didn't think we'd ever see in the race. Into the pit lane now, Jose Maria Lopez, the fastest man in Le Mans this year. People criticise Toyota a little bit, say, well, they've only won when there was no,
Maybe
they
it's
didn't
the
beat Audi,
fastest
they
car.
didn't
I'm not saying
they
that's the
came and they
fastest driver.
tried,
They beat the race.
and they have been doing it for more than 30 years, and
And the
sometimes
fact
they've
that they're
not
so
had the
far
best
ahead
car,
in front
and
might
sometimes
point
they've
to
had
the
a
fact that the
competitive car,
cars are the
sometimes they've had an
fastest.
extremely competitive car. You can
Every year
only
they're the
race who
fastest.
turns up.
Gatekeeping.
But the other thing is, for decades, we forget this so
I'd
often.
love to know what
They
goes on
were
behind
the
the scenes.
factory team with the highest number
Idiots.
of second-place finishes without a win.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that
good.
hurts.
Too bad.
That,
And
I'm
his
sure,
fucking mate in
physically
the other
hurts.
car
But
wins
they
them.
never
Well,
went
he's the
away and
fastest.
sort of came back a decade
He's the
later or
fastest for
meandered
one
off
lap,
it.
is
They
he?
just kept
Well,
going.
it's 24-hour race,
It's been
moron.
a huge part of Toyota's history for so many years.
Oh, God, now we're
Car
talking
number
about
10
this. You're
being
talking about
penalised,
the
a 5-second
Why the
penalty
fuck
added
can't we
to
talk
the
about
Vex.
the
Well,
race?
Sebastian
That's
Well,
what
Bourdais,
we saw
know.
in
Maybe the
turn
race is
4.
not
Causing a collision,
important.
he absolutely
Maybe
did.
that's the problem.
Well,
Maybe
all
they're busy
sorts
looking
of
after their sponsorship.
records,
Maybe that's the problem.
marks in the history
You
book
know,
will
Toyota
be
sponsor the race. They're
signed
the only
off at the
fucking
end of this
cunts that
race.
turn up.
Yep.
I'm
No
not
other
going to talk
cunt turns
stats
up.
until
Who else
after
is
the
here?
flag and there's
I mean,
reasons
No
for that,
one.
because
Audi-
twice the last
None
6
of the
years we had dramas
manufacturers
at
are
the
here.
final lap.
Only Toyota.
Audi won
You
here
got
loads of
race
times
car
without
manufacturers like
realistically any
Jono.
competition,
Completely.
and nobody had an issue with that at all.
What a
Maybe their
joke.
competitors did,
This
you know,
race is such a fucking joke.
the non-factory outfits, but
I thought it took 10
yeah,
years ago.
that's
No, yeah.
how they racked up
Nobody
so
races.
many
I mean,
victories,
you think that
time after time
if it
after
was
time,
that fucking
and
important,
I just see it
2
like
years break
it
after
goes in
for the
waves, doesn't it? Now
COVID,
this is
it's
Toyota's
fucking
chance to.
But the manufacturers still aren't here. It's only fucking Toyota. What a joke. So let's talk about the cars. If they want to talk about the cars rather than the race, I can talk about the cars. It's all garbage. The cars are the same. They've been the same for the last 20 years. The prototypes all look the same. They change the rules, but everything stays the same. Gatekeeping. Porsche. Gatekeeping. What a crap. A load of crap. It's a stupid fucking race these days. I grew up admiring and wanting to be here when I was a little kid. I'm 62. Been watching this for fucking however long it's been around, and you could watch it. But gatekeeping, you got to pay to watch it. This is a pay-per-view thing on fucking Murdoch. Murdoch's running this crap. Him and his fucking penchant for live broadcast, because it's the only thing that pays money for him. Nothing else pays money for Mr. Murdoch other than this live shit. Yeah, we're not paying for it. We're going to take the 2-week fucking free trial and then cancel it. Because there's nothing else on here worth watching. And this isn't worth watching. The commentary's garbage. The coverage is garbage. The camera work's not too bad, but most of it's in the cars. So, is it a good race? No. The leaders are so far in front, no one's going to touch them. And the Toyota, that's probably why they concentrate on GTM, because all the money's there for a start, and that's where maybe there's a little bit of racing going on. Who knows? What have we got? 21 minutes to go.
Major brands. And if after that it's terrible, then I might have a moan on Twitter.
Well, I think this championship is destined for bigger and better things, and you know it's coming.
Fuck me,
And
I've
I
been
can't
saying
wait
that
to
for
be a
100
part of it.
years.
Did you sort of feel there is a
Detroit.
tsunami of interest coming?
Shuts down every fucking 10 years and it goes away.
And
They
then
have
when
to go back
GT3
to
comes,
just
it opens the
this
field
and maybe
up
one other
to
race
so
and then
many
go,
different
oh, well,
brands to be
it's
raced
still
in
a
Le Mans. Brands that we
championship,
don't see.
but
We
it's
don't
not.
see
And they're going, oh,
Lamborghini
this is
GTs. We
a
don't see
future. This race has a
Porsche,
future. This
Mercedes GTs.
championship
We
has a
don't see
future. The
BMW
race has a
GTs.
future because it's been around for 100 years, but the rest of it doesn't have a fucking future.
McLaren GTs,
It never
you
does.
name
Who's
it. People are
interested
racing
in
them in
endurance
SRO
racing?
rules,
It's boring
racing
as
in
fuck. You fall
GT3,
asleep.
year in, year out, and they don't get to come to
And
the
especially when you have moron
race
commentators that don't know what the fuck they're doing. I think it's about them,
race,
not
'cause
about
they
the
do
fucking
love
sport.
The Spa 24 hours. But imagine
Sport's
that
about
you're
the
a
sport, you
GT3
fucking
team,
moron. It's not about
GT3
you and
driver.
your
You
knowledge
could
of
do
people in the background.
Nürburgring 24,
Jesus Christ.
Spa.
Keep watching, guys. I'm going to do some exercise. All right. I'm probably going to get in trouble, but fuck, I'm going to upload this to YouTube. You can watch it watched the last 45 minutes or whatever. I'm recording. What the fuck is that? He gives a shit. Oh, here we go. They're actually talking about GTE Pro. So whose wife is fucking who? Is that what they're talking about?
Just add a bit more spice into the final race for GTE Pro. It adds a little bit of American additional interest after the catastrophic issues that hit the two Corvettes. One, well, I wouldn't say it was own making, the other one fundamentally not. Great stuff from them. Alcohol Pro Racing, 19th, but this car heading for a class win. And I'm trying to think, maybe we've had a GT class winner in the past from Portugal, but I think this might be the first Portuguese team to win a class at Le Mans.
I had to do a double take there, Graham, when you said that class win, and of course, it's in the Pro-Am category.
You know, this is why they're here. And we shouldn't forget either that this was plucked from the jaws of oblivion at the start of this year. This was a team that potentially could have been a sporting victim of geopolitics. And congratulations
I really
to
don't want
ACO
to know the
Bellarmine
background of
for
every
not
fucking
allowing
cunt that
that to
races there.
happen.
Look at them all.
Must be
It's a
like that's
fucking
the
joke.
award
Talk
for
about the
the
fucking
best crew
race.
effort has gone to the
Let's
Alpine
watch the race.
team. They've
Let's talk
pushed
about the
hard,
race. Why are we talking
they've had
about
an
people
ordeal as well,
sleeping with
haven't
other
they?
people's wives?
Another lesson in them giving
Just
up.
talk
I
about
mean,
the
and
race.
that's actually this year.
Please.
That's a hard
Fuck
award
me.
to kind of award.
Can't show that. They get all upset about people smoking cannabis. Oh, I shouldn't talk about cannabis. Probably a bad thing. Do you think I'll get demonetized? Well, hang on. Nothing. They don't pay me money. I'm not interested in YouTube's fucking monetization. They can stick it up their ass. Same as Twitch. Should be locked up. Fucking arsehole cunts. We can shut you down anytime we like, for any reason we like. We just have to say it's sexually whatever. So they shut down the stream. You can tell I'm stoned, can't you? I've got exercise to do. Watch this crap. Listen to this crap and see what they're fucking talking
One
about.
road to Le Mans, but never in the big race. And DKR Engineering, again, up the ladder. LMP3,
The ladder
LMP2, Michelin European Le Mans Series, World Championship Racing, and they also are going to, at the moment, on their way to a podium at Le Mans, and standing there and looking down at the crowd, you know, all those guys, Lawrence Hurr and the rest of the crew.
Yeah,
Boy, oh boy,
looking
Vector's
down at
ball
your
back
crowd.
into the garage, so he's back
down
in.
there.
I'm sure we'll get...
Ugh. Oh, here we go. Slow-mo, because cars look so good when they're going slow, which is why we race them slowly, don't we? And it doesn't matter which commentators are talking, because it's not the same ones for 24 hours. They wouldn't do that. But they're all the same. They all talk about whose wife is screwing who, and whose feet don't fit their shoes, and who's coming back in 55 years to race again. Because all of that's important, you know. Pardon the noise.
Le Mans been for you?
I mean, the whole thing's been a fantastic experience. It's been wonderful to do my first Le Mans with a crowd back. I've done the Road to Le Mans race the last 6 years, and obviously the last two were with no crowd and not full capacity. So, the place just comes alive when a full crowd is here, and it's been an amazing experience. It's the greatest race in our sport. So, yeah, absolutely chuffed to bits to Rodrigo, Salas, and the Nielsen team for giving me the opportunity, and it's been a fantastic one so far. So hopefully the last 12 minutes will be as good as the previous 23 and a bit hours.
Yes, we're not going to say any more, and I'll leave you to it. Thank you.
Well, I know what that official was doing.
Okay.
He was going to brief them on what happens when you go to finish on the podium, because when I spoke to the guys at WRT about the drama at the end of last year's race, the ACO officials were briefing Ferdy Habsburg and the crew that were watching you for you and take them to victory.
They were interviewing an official about how to get to the podium.
And turned to the other side of the garage and went, right, you guys, this is where you're going. So that's where the official is. They're gone to the team manager to say, we need the team manager, we need the three drivers, this is where you go. The car will come round in the park for him, yada, 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 yada. Because not everybody
Why are we
has won the
talking
number
about how
four
you get to the
apparently,
podium?
I think I would have, at that moment, based on my experiences here, I wouldn't have listened. I would have turned on my heels and marched out of the awning.
Well, remember that picture of the Porsche team when the Toyota stopped, and they're suddenly like leaping up and down, they're going, no, 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 no.
No, I don't. Overall. Oh, gee, look. Toyota again. I talk about the racing, but they don't actually show it much. Plus it's 2 a.m. here and everybody's asleep, so I'm being quiet. Australia.
In this, thinking that's it, done then. Right, go and put the kettle on and send the emails and messages to people that have done well and won this race. Please,
they will be first-time viewers.
Yes,
it's so fucking important. They want it to be a soap opera, but it's racing, guys. It's racing. It's not a soap opera. All their rich entitled mates have to be looked after, though. Don't have to talk about the rich entitled cunts with all the money that poor boys come on to here and then their car breaks. Shit like that. Motorsport has become a bit of a joke. And here's a prime example of why motorsport is dying. In America, it's just about gone. In Europe, it's still around, it's still kicking, but if you're watching shit, well, you don't come back. How can I claim motorsport in America is dying? What tracks in America are being used for international racing at the moment? COTA, and that piece of shit is just about finished as well. There you go. Oh, I think because it's getting towards the end of the race, you've got to show more and more of the people who are getting all this money that us rich people, we spend all this money and we came here with our little toys to play games on the racetrack, and it's reaching the end of the race and now we're all tense and excited and are we going to poop ourselves? Are we going to wee ourselves? I don't know, they look like it. Because, it's all the people. Show the fucking race, for fuck's sake. Gives a shit about the arseholes looking at the screens. I never get that. I've never gotten it. I've been watching motorsport since the 60s. Yeah, since the 1960s. My earliest memory was when I was 3 years old playing on the porch at Mum and Dad's place in Perth with little plastic toy cars and racing them and crashing them. And I've been doing it ever since. But this is fucking garbage. Now, if you want to talk about something other than the racing, how about you talk about this garbage in the background, like this stuff, what's going on up there? What sort of tracks are they? What have we got? 1 minute and 43 to go. Let's listen to what they're saying.
Leading car through.
And the reason there'll be a further lap is the number 8 can't afford to slow down enough to not get there because it's only 2 minutes ahead of the number 7 car.
So correct, Anthony's correct. 2 previous occasions we've seen Rio Hirakawa here, but not for quite a while, 2016, 2017, and a DNF and a 17th. He's rather better at that.
I feel sorry for Mike Conway there in the middle and Kobayashi. They definitely had the speed to win this race. Again, they deserved it, but there were mistakes from Jose Maria Lopez, Kamui as well. They fired the car off the circuit. Jose losing the lead at one point to the car number 8, but every time they weren't having off-track excursion, they had the speed. Luck just wasn't on their side. You don't need luck to win this race. You just don't need that bad luck. That's what I've always said. And car 38, for example, Jota, they haven't had good luck today. They're earning this.
Behind the Toyota, the 709 Glickenhaus, heading for a podium finish for Jim Glickenhaus, for Scuderia Cameron Glickenhaus. I think I'm right. That is the first American-designed car to make the podium here at Le Mans since 1969. Ford GT was the last.
I would think you're absolutely right.
We've had American teams since then. 2005, the last time the American team. Audi Sport North America, whilst called that, were always German flagged. But Champion Racing in 2005, the last to make a podium, and there's another win.
I'm surprised how fast Brendan Hartley's still driving. It's almost as if he just wants to get to the finish line as quickly as possible.
Keep your rhythm.
Get this race over and done with.
Well,
because now we're not racing to time anymore. We're racing to laps, and this is the last lap. The time has counted down to 0.
Lap number 380. Not quite a record, but getting close to that all-time distance record. There's Ben Keating. You saw him in the blue suit. The last time TF Sport ran a red Aston Martin here in the GT.
They can't even talk about the end of the race. They've got to talk about shit from the past. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, they're fucking hopeless. You just turn it off and watch the idiots win. Rich entitled white boys. There's not a black man here. All out with their expensive toys, patting each other on the back and saying how wonderful they are. Sort of over it, eh? So I'm 62, so it's been 59 years pretty much that I've been screwing around with cars and racing. I've been a motorsport journalist myself, covering motorcycle racing. I've done all this shit. These idiots are fuckwits. They make it about themselves. Entitled little white boys commentating, entitled little white boys in the cars and in the pits, all their rich money, gatekeeping. Very much so, gatekeeping. Otherwise there'd be another team out there racing, but there isn't. There's only Toyota. So, that'd be gatekeeping. Oh look, why would we go fast over the line? We want the photo opportunity. They didn't get their 1-2 because they're too far apart. Oh, so sad. Too bad. They almost got it. They couldn't afford to slow down and let the other cars past. Here we go. All the white boys hugging each other and giving each other kisses on the cheek. Was that Henry Stinkler? Was it? Looked like Henry Stinkler. Sorry, Winkler. The Fonz. Of course, rich American playboy types, huh? Rolex watches. Who wears a watch? You're a moron. You don't wear a fucking watch. You carry your phone around. It has a fucking time on it. Don't wear a fucking watch. What a joke. Gave up wearing watches years ago. They get in the way and they're dangerous. Here we are, on board, whatever. When it started in the 20s, it was about rich, entitled white boys. Hasn't changed. Golf, gentlemen only, ladies forbidden. Motorsport, white boys only, everybody else, well, women can come every now and again if they really want to, only if they're hot. Okay, and that's the winner of that class. Winners. I'll leave you to watch the end of it. It's pathetic. Fuck me, how many marshals do they have? Not one of them paid anything. By the rich, entitled white boys. Can't pay marshals. Oh, they want to do it because they're volunteers. They're such a good volunteers. They want to do it for nothing. Marshals do have a tough job when guys are killed, I must admit. It's not very nice. But you expect it. It's there, just like the cops. Too bad. People die. You see them die. It is what it is. You're getting paid good money to do it, though, the cops. Marshals, not so much. Not getting paid. Bit harder on those guys. I know for a fact, because I've been there when guys have been killed and I've stood next to marshals who have seen them killed. Well, I've seen them killed at Bathurst. I've seen bike riders killed at Bathurst. I was standing next to marshals doing it. Those guys pay the price. So do the journalists when they die. So, I've got some respect for marshals. Not for cops. Marshals, yeah. Oh, look, a golfer. Cool. Golf a lot harder than this sport. This is just a lot more expensive than golf. And golf's fucking expensive enough. Golf is harder than this crap. Anybody can drive a car fast. Don't tell me anybody can drive a car fast. You have to learn it. Not anybody can ride a motorcycle fast. There's more to that than just learning it. It's more about the family jewels, how big your balls are on a bike, not in a car. You're not going to get squashed in a car very often. Who was that? Ricardo, was it? Was he racing there this year? Thought he'd be off driving for McLaren. McLaren right here. Don't think it was Ricardo. Oh, isn't that pretty? He didn't slow down enough and wait for his little mate back there. Would have been much prettier with the two cars in the shot, not just the one. Jeez, you missed out on that one, guys. How'd you do that? Should have convinced Toyota to do it better. Never mind. Toyota do own this race. The gatekeepers. And I think that's enough. I've seen enough. I'm not going to watch the podiums. They can go fuck themselves. What a great race. I think. Not sure. Don't really know what happened. Know about whose wife is fucking who, but not really much about the race. Never mind.